Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm here in Joshi. Now let's talk about my well-being management tip. So well-being is a term thrown around a lot, but what do we actually mean by well-being? So for me, I like to break down what well-being means into 3 different categories. So mind, body, and soul. It's quite self-explanatory, and also all 3 segments feed into an overarching sort of holistic well-being outlook. So body is anything that helps promote sort of good physical hormone releases that make me feel good. So any kind of physical activity, just being outdoors, walking as well, activities around weightlifting or doing sort of team sports or individual sports. So anything where you're using and working the body. Mind is also self-explanatory, anything that stimulates the mind, so reading, being creative, playing certain games, generally just stimulating and engaging your mind. Finally, soul, that's a bit more wholesome, it's a little bit more spiritual, well it can be. But what do I mean by soul? Well, anything that kind of makes you feel alive and makes you just feel connected to the present. So for me, soul could be meeting with friends, it could be being in nature as well, it could be just doing something kind of mindful and self-soothing, like reading or meditation. And obviously there are a lot of activities that can tick both boxes. So reading is mind and also soul. Yoga is body and also soul. So now that we've defined the 3 categories, the reason why I have broken them down is because it's an easy and effective way to build that strategy for your well-being. When it comes to strategies around well-being, is focusing on that feeling of fatigue, which is a very common symptom for people with Crohn's or colitis. Lethargic, feeling like a zombie, brain fog. Some of these were the words used to describe people's symptoms of patients suffering from IBD. So strategy 1 is be kind to yourself. Self-explanatory, it's very simple, but sometimes we forget to do this, to be kind to ourselves. So just remind yourself that you are suffering with a lifelong disease, and that is okay to sometimes be down and feel tired. Allow yourself to slow down, it's okay to not be okay sometimes. This is a mantra I like to remind myself when I'm feeling overwhelmed or I'm feeling guilty that I don't have the energy to do something or be productive, but I have an autoimmune disease that can impact my energy levels from time to time. So just allowing yourself to just slow down and just be kind to yourself. Another thing that I like to do, which helps me deal with the feelings of fatigue and brain fog, is just getting fresh air, just getting out there. And obviously when we are feeling fatigued, it's hard to just do anything. It's hard to sometimes get out of bed. But if you can just find that small bit of discipline to just get up and just pop into the garden or the balcony, or just pop your head out the window and just get that fresh air, you will start to feel just a little bit more awake. Even if it's a 1% boost, that's better than nothing. Finally, another thing I like to focus on when I'm particularly when I'm feeling fatigue, is my nutrition. It's okay from time to time to have the odd cookie or muffin or burger, let's say. But when you are showing some of the more severe symptoms, or even the more mild symptoms like fatigue, just tightening up your nutrition for a week around yourself feeling fatigue can just improve your symptoms. I'm not sure about you, but when I eat bad foods, when I eat ultra processed foods in particular, one of my symptoms, one of the ways that my body reacts afterwards, is feeling fatigued, and it's just feeling lethargic, that kind of zombie-like state, and then I start getting flare-ups, and then I start to get the stomach aches, and I just feel awful. Particularly with ultra-processed foods, ultra-processed foods can be a bit more convenient to eat, because when you're feeling fatigue, you just want to eat something quick and now, and you might order a takeaway, you might buy something from the supermarket that is quick to make and it tastes good, but then it will actually contribute in a negative way to your overall Crohn's or colitis, and you'll start to have worse symptoms. And 9 out of 10 times, this will probably make your symptoms worse. When I am feeling low, when I'm feeling fatigued, and I can't be bothered to cook, I try to think of ways to use whole foods and to use whole ingredients, and how can I whip something up quickly. And a hack I found, and I've been doing this for 2 to 3 years now, maybe about 3 years, is making things with my slow cooker. So I've got multiple slow cooker recipes that I can share with you later on, or you'll come across on my channel. But using a slow cooker is fairly effective because you don't need to put in that much mental bandwidth. You can just chuck some ingredients in if you want and just let it slow cook. Whether it's meats, plants, you can add them with some spices, some stock, and just let it cook for 4 to 8 hours.